Aloha and Ya'arana, Sassy, Sexy, and 60 here. You are not going to believe my day. So I drove out of state from Las Vegas because I had an appointment today with quite a few of my customers, actually, this whole entire week. So I drove in and I got to a certain point in my drive, and all of a sudden I smell this kind of like burning electrical smell. And I went, oh, oh. And then my air conditioning goes off. So I went nearest oil change place. Maybe they can take a look at it. Maybe it's the Freon, right? So I get there and they said, oh, it's your air compressor. I said, okay, obviously you won't be able to fix it. So is there somewhere I could go? And they said, oh yeah, just up the streets, less than a half a mile. I said, awesome. And I said, give me the name, and it was Meineke. So I looked it up, and they closed in like an hour and a half. So I said, okay. So I called AAA. I get everything taken care of, and I book a hotel room, and I call my client, and I said, I am so sorry, I won't be able to make it this evening, but can we reschedule? And my client said, absolutely, I am so sorry that all this had happened. Are you okay? And so, we talked, and it was amazing. And so then I waited for the tow truck, and like an hour goes by, and I call again. I said, hey, haven't heard. And they said, oh yeah, he's on his way, so sorry. And I said, no worries. But he calls me, and he said, hey, because Meineke is closed, are you okay with just leaving it where you're at, and then I can come pick it up tomorrow? And I said, absolutely not. It was very nice about it, and I said, no, let's get everything done tonight. I can always come back, because he was worried about the key, right, to the car, because he has to give it to somebody. I said, no, I will meet back. I'll Uber back, and I will talk to Meineke and see, because I need to know whether or not I'm going to be driving my car or I need a rental, right? So he drops me off. We get the car situated. The Uber comes and picks me up, and I get to the hotel. And the more I thought about it, how many of us get stranded and we don't know what to do? Especially for those who are women, okay? And and some men, right? But newly divorced, had just broken up with their boyfriend or girlfriend, or unfortunately the love of their life had passed away. Who do they call? How do they get everything taken care of, right? And I also thought about this as work-wise, as women. You know what? I didn't have to call anyone. I took care of everything myself. It's not that I'm independent. Well, okay, yeah, I am independent. But we do not have to call. We need to teach our kids. I know that both of my boys, if something happens, yeah, usually they'll call me, or they'll call someone, right? And they usually will say, hey, this or that, and get some advice, things like that. But sometimes us parents aren't always there. Neither is a grandfather, neither is a grandmother, neither is an aunt, an uncle, a neighbor, anyone. Sometimes we do have to do things and get them accomplished ourselves. And the more I thought about it is, if I am capable of doing quite a few things in my job, in my professional career, and I've actually had to come up with some resolutions because if something happened, okay, let's think about this. What can we do to fix it? Or what can we do as a workaround? Or we have to come up with some type of solution, right? So that's the way that we should do in our lives, and teach our children that. We need to be self-sufficient, because you know what? Not all of us are going to be around for them. My dad wasn't here. My grandfather wasn't here. My mom wasn't here. My boys are in somewhere else, and I'm in a completely different state. So you know what? It's time to teach our children to be self-sufficient. It's time for us to be self-sufficient. It's great to have somebody there, but when you don't, that's when it matters.